he had at the end of the show, the segment with The Miz and John Cena, I really like that. And if nothing else has shown anybody that The Miz is definitely a star, that one segment at the end of Monday Night Raw showed that The Miz is a bona fide star. Like, he's a legit main eventer now, and there's no Nexus taking precedent. Like, there's no John Cena being placed above The Miz, because you remember when The Miz won his championship, like, John Cena in the feud with Nexus, and they were all still getting top billing over the WWE champion. Then we had The Rock in the picture, and everybody was talking about The Rock and John Cena, and The Miz was pushed to the background. Now he's at the forefront, and they actually went to The Miz to promote a pay-per-view. Like, they could have, you know, ended the show in a million different ways, but they had The Miz on the mic promoting a pay-per-view. So that just shows the confidence that WWE has in The Miz, and that's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So for all of the people who thought The Miz was going to drop down the card when he lost the WWE Championship, I'm happy to say you're wrong. I was going to say sad to say you're wrong, but no, I'm fucking happy that you're wrong. Speaking of The Miz and the WWE Championship, do you guys think he has any chance in winning this Sunday? Any chance at all in winning? What do you think he was talking about when he was talking about some creative and, you know, innovative way in defeating John Cena? Was that just WWE trying to get people to buy the pay-per-view knowing that John Cena was going to win? Or they're just trying to throw people for a loop, you know, just a couple of days before the show, when really John Cena is going to end up winning anyway? Yeah, I was kind of thinking it was that too. Like, The Miz sounded good on the mic, but he, you know, it wasn't his fault he wasn't that convincing, because, I mean, it's John Cena. How many I Quit matches has he had? Like, what, 4 or 5 or something around that, and he's won every single one of them. He has the whole, you know, motto about himself: never give up, never quit, never say die, all of that bullshit. So we know he's gonna win. We know. He's got his family. Yeah, John Cena is the only person in the world that has family. Yeah, nobody else's family matters. Only John Cena's. I'm getting tired of Cole and King. I'm getting really tired of them. Like, I'm still a Michael Cole fan, and yeah, like, the thing about Michael Cole is he's cool when you want to throw him into a segment, when you want him to get heat from the crowd and, you know, actually have it help a wrestler, you know, somebody on the roster. That's all cool. Like I said, on a recent episode of SmackDown, they used Michael Cole as basically a manager for Jack Swagger. That was great. But then when you have Michael Cole jumping in segments where he's the focus of the segment, then you move him from those segments back onto the commentary table, and all we get is 2 hours of Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole bitching at each other. Like, Jerry Lawler, he kept saying, "Shut up, Cole. Shut up. Shut up." And I'm like, damn, will you shut up? You're distracting from what's going on in the ring. Why is it that a feud between 2 announcers takes precedent over, you know, everything else that's going on? And one thing that I really disliked on this last episode of Raw, if you notice at the end of the show, the last words out of Michael Cole's mouth, the last words of the show, it was him talking about his match at Over the Limit. You know, he talked about the WWE Champion, of course, but you have the WWE Champion in the ring. He just got out of a segment with the #1 contender for the championship, and you find that the perfect time to talk about yourself? Nobody gives a fuck about you. We want the main event. We want that. And that just proved that Michael Cole needs to be off the commentary table as soon as possible. You know, have him as the anonymous GM. Have him as a manager. Have him in an authority figure type role or something like that. But we can't have Michael Cole on the commentary table for 2 hours. Then we have him on, you know, on Raw and on SmackDown too. At some point, it starts to get to be a bit much. Everybody is loving Zack Ryder, and I'm actually a fan of his too, but I think he needs a gimmick change before I can take him seriously. Like, he's good when it comes to the entertainment thing, and on his you know, his YouTube show, Z True Long Island Story, he is absolutely hilarious. And I do have a lot of respect for Zack Ryder, though. I admire his passion his ambition, his work ethic, because instead of sitting around waiting or even bitching, like he could have done something like Matt Hardy. He could have used the internet as a, route for him to get on video and, oh, WWE isn't doing this and I'm so underused and when. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, get up and make something of yourself. And that's exactly what Zack Ryder is doing. He's doing it, and he's doing it in a humorous fashion. Like, he's still getting the message out there that, hey, look at me, I'm talented, I'd like for you guys to use me, but he's doing it in a humorous fashion. He's not bitter about it, and it looks as if it's working. Like, he's been on camera with the WWE champion 2 weeks in a row, so there you go. It's only been for a couple of seconds, but hell, he's still there. He's in good company, so yeah. And I think it's a great thing that John Cena actually agreed to do something like that. Because, of course, he had to agree to it for something like that to happen. So, that was pretty cool of him. So all of you Zack Ryder marks, I guess you can go ahead and give thanks to John Cena for, letting that happen. Karma has a crush on Kelly Kelly. Karma will crush Kelly Kelly. So, yeah, she better watch out. Does anybody still think that Christian is getting buried? Because it looks to me as if Christian is a main eventer on SmackDown. People were so up in arms and, protesting and, boycotting. Christian is a main eventer now. He's a main eventer. And while he may not be the world champion, he's still up there in that upper echelon on SmackDown. And I think that's a good thing. But I find it funny how some of the same people who say that the world championship doesn't mean anything, like, they're some of the same ones who end up boycotting the shows. I'm like, so wait a minute. You say that the world championship doesn't mean shit, but then when Christian loses it, that's enough for you to boycott the show? What? Yeah, but yeah, I digress from that. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't going so crazy about Christian losing the championship, because look at the SmackDown field. The SmackDown field is so thin. They can't afford to push Christian down the card, because if you push Christian down the card, who the hell else do you have? Who else do you have? Mark Henry? Can you guys really see Mark Henry in world title matches? Like, come on, let's be serious. R-Truth versus Rey, thoughts? Okay, as all of you guys probably know at this point, I'm not the biggest R-Truth fan out there. Since he's had this heel turn, some weeks he's been good, some weeks I haven't liked him. This week, I will say that he was effective this week. Like, I don't like when they give him the mic and he talks on and on and on. He's the type of person, I would compare him to Randy Orton. Like I said not too long ago, Randy Orton, when he's on the mic and he's short, straight to the point, wham bam, thank you ma'am, you don't go on and on and on and on. That's when Randy Orton is his best on the mic. I would say the same thing with R-Truth. Don't let him go on, too long on the mic and he'll be cool, because then he starts talking nonsense. But this week, I think he was good. And that segment where, he was up in, the rafters and he called out Rey Mysterio, then he came down and, put a beating on Rey. Yeah, that was, he was good this week. You seen Randy Orton's new movie? No, I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it, not for him though, but yeah, I want to see it. I'm wondering, does he even have any other lines in the movies? And in that movie, like, who has seen that new movie? Like, does Randy Orton have any other line but "I'll go to the papers if I have to"? Like, they need to, like, switch it up some. Like, every fucking commercial for the movie I see, it's always him. "I'll go to the papers if I have to." Does this motherfucker have any other lines? Like, but how does he relate to the story? Like, yeah, but I want to see it, but not for him though. When will Undertaker return? A week before WrestleMania 28. The reason why I got lost is because as I was walking, I had to walk over this river on this bridge. And at the end of the bridge, there was this big ass dog. And, you know, I'm out here in, you know, the boondocks, and I heard that the dogs out here like dark meat. So as soon as I saw that fucking dog, I like froze in my tracks right on the bridge. And I'm like, oh shit. Then the dog sees me. The dog starts barking. I turn around, I run the other way, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope this dog does not start chasing me. Please don't let this dog start chasing me, because